So, a series of stories have been coming out over the past week that have seen Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle seemingly take blow after blow, culminating with major news in the past few days that the manager of their production company, Archewell Productions, a guy called Bennett Levine, has quit. So Harry and Meghan started the past week of negative news with multiple stories from a few royal commentators who claimed the couple were in a downward spiral after their business and media deals have collapsed, such as Spotify late last year dropping them due to a lack of content. Indeed, they had only created 13 episodes in a period of 31 months, and so the company cut ties with Harry and Meghan. Now though, the recent news was sparked by the suggestion that Netflix would not be renewing their contract with the Sussexes according to PR experts and royal experts, which is yet another blow. Harry and Meghan signed the $100 million or £80 million deal with the popular streaming service back in 2020, not long after stepping down from royal duties and moving to the United States. The deal was contracted for 5 years, which means it is expected to come to an end in 2025, and it might not be extended. Indeed, Harry and Meghan made headlines all around the world with their explosive Netflix docuseries named after them, Harry and Meghan, in which they hit out at various members of the royal family and the firm itself. One PR expert has warned that Netflix will be aware of the controversy that Harry and Meghan cause in their partnership with the company, and adding on to the fact that their later production, which is Harry's Heart of Invictus show, saw declining viewership and a less successful than hoped for investment on Netflix's end, and the pair's recent trip to Jamaica could highlight their desperation, and stick around until a bit later in the video for my rundown on what that really means. So we've had the Spotify flop, the possible Netflix exit, and now we come on to one of the biggest stories of the past week, and that is the bombshell that Bennett Levine, the manager of Archewell Productions, has quit, even despite Meghan Markle gushing that she and Harry had, quote, so many exciting things on the slate when at an event in LA last November. Bennett Levine was promoted to manager of Archewell in 2022 and worked on the Sussexes' Netflix series Harry and Meghan before leaving the company this month. A source revealed to the Mail Online that, quote, it's a blow to the company, there's no doubt about that, regarding his departure. Levine, who was a production manager who likely took care of the business and finances at Archewell, confirmed his new job on social media already with a note that reads, quote, I'm happy to share that I'm starting a new position at Cinetic Media. And this brings me on to what I was hinting about before, the Sussexes' trip to Jamaica and why it is so significant. So as we know that Spotify dropped Harry and Meghan and Netflix probably won't renew their deal, the couple's trip to Jamaica to watch the premiere of Bob Marley One Love seems to have been a calculated play to try and scramble for another multi-million-dollar deal, but this time with Paramount Pictures. Indeed, the Paramount CEO, Brian Robbins, is reportedly friends with the Duke and Duchess, with him and his wife owning a $17 million home in Montecito, which happens to be extremely close to the Sussexes' Montecito mansion that they have lived in since 2020. Their trip was met with criticism after they took a private jet to the country from their home in California, reportedly hypocritical from their stance on environmentalism. They were also slammed for going there instead of visiting England, where both King Charles and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, were hospitalised at the time following surgeries. Both Charles and Catherine are now back in their respective homes recovering, and are thankfully doing well, with Queen Camilla saying today while out in Bath that the King is recovering well, thank you. Anyway, back to the Jamaica story. So while it's claimed that Harry and Meghan were personally invited by Paramount CEO Brian Robbins, there might have been an ulterior motive at play, as they were described as desperate and worried after Meghan's failed podcast and really wanting to buddy up with some Paramount elites and bigwigs during the premiere, which was produced by Brad Pitt's company Plan B Entertainment but distributed by Paramount. Indeed, Lynn Carrott from Pressbox PR has told The Mirror that, quote, their eyes will now be set on finding the next big multi-million-pound deal, and went on to add that it seems like Paramount could be a potential contender if they are close to Brian Robbins, the head of Paramount. She added that Netflix is reportedly not interested in producing any kind of kids shows or more films with them. Instead, Netflix want to create a, quote, juicy feature-length version of their lives all about their royal past, which at the moment would not be a good PR move for them, so it's unlikely that that will happen as part of their current Netflix deal. She added that possible shows they could do with Paramount is a docuseries about their lives if they strike a deal with Paramount, or they could try and revive Meghan's passion project, a show called Pearl, which was canned by Netflix in its early stages. So I want to hear your thoughts on this week of bombshells and bad news for Harry and Meghan. What do you think their next steps will be? Do you think they'll try and sign a deal with Paramount? Because I probably think that's quite likely, considering they went to Jamaica, tried to buddy up with all these Paramount elites. So I think that's the way they'll be trying to do anyway. So let me know in the comments down below. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thank you very much for watching.